Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. Today's story is going to take you back to the 90s, when hip-hop was huge, the parties were wild, and the drama was real. But this isn't just any story. This one is about the notorious B.I.G., also known as Biggie Smalls, and a surprising twist involving rapper Brat that might change the way we look at everything that happened the night Biggie was killed. Now listen, people who really knew Biggie say he was nothing like what you'd expect from a big-time rapper. Yeah, he had the look of a tough guy, and he was definitely a big dude. But those close to him say he was actually just a big old teddy bear. One of his friends said he was sweet, kind, and always tried to fix problems. He didn't like beef. He didn't want drama. In fact, he even tried to get all the women in his life to be friends with each other. Can you imagine that? Biggie just wanted peace around him. That's why it was so hard for people to believe it when he was killed. Like, how could someone so kind and loved get taken out like that? People were crushed. Fans, friends, and even celebrities couldn't believe it. The world didn't just lose a rapper. They lost a peacemaker, a friend, and someone who could have made a huge difference in music today if he was still here. But here's where it starts to get really interesting. So check this out. After Biggie died, a lot of people started whispering about what really happened. And recently, the name Brat has been coming up. You remember Brat, right? She was one of the few women in rap back then, and she was doing big things, working with Jermaine Dupri, making hits, and hanging out with the biggest names in the industry. That included Biggie himself. Now, there's a story floating around that says Brat may have been right there the night it all went down. One person said they saw her sitting on the curb outside, crying, totally shocked. This wasn't just some rumor, this person remembers it clearly. They said it was on the corner of Fairfax and Wilshire, and a bunch of people were out there because not everyone could even get inside the party. There were crowds, eyes, witnesses. So yeah, people saw things. So the question is, what did Brat see that night? Brat wasn't just some random person on the sidelines. She was close with Biggie. They even worked on a track together called The B-Side from the Bad Boys movie soundtrack. Jermaine Dupri produced it, and he was super close with both of them. There was also that remix of her song Give It To You, where Biggie made a guest appearance. So yeah, they were definitely cool, and if anyone knew the behind-the-scenes stuff, it would be Brat. Some fans are now wondering, did Brat witness something major? Did she see something that made her step away from all the chaos? Because she didn't get caught up in the mess that ruined a lot of others. It's almost like she saw the storm coming and got out just in time. But before she stepped back, something else might have been going on. You see, people have been talking for years about how Biggie was planning to leave Bad Boy Records. And guess who ran Bad Boy? Yep, Diddy. And here's the rumor, Diddy wasn't happy about it. At all. Some folks think that may have been the reason Biggie was taken out. Like, for real? Now, here's something that a lot of people can't ignore. Right after Biggie's death, people noticed something strange about how Diddy was acting. Instead of showing signs of real grief, he jumped straight into business mode, like full-on promotion for Biggie's final album, Life After Death. Folks were saying it looked like Diddy wasn't mourning, he was marketing. Some people close to him claimed he was obsessed with making sure that album hit #1, not just for Biggie, but to protect his brand. And get this, a guy named Kirk Burroughs, who used to work for Bad Boy, said Rolling Stone wanted to do a cover story to honor Biggie, a chance to really celebrate his life and legacy. But Diddy said no, he didn't want Biggie on the cover. Instead, he said he needed the cover because he was releasing his own debut album, No Way Out, that July. According to Kirk, Diddy told him straight up, "He's dead, I'm putting out my album, I need to be on that cover." And guess what? That's exactly what happened. In 1997, the Rolling Stone cover didn't feature Biggie. It showed Diddy with the title, Puff Daddy, the New King. And guess what song Diddy pushed Biggie to release during all that? Who Shot Ya? a song that a lot of folks believed was a direct shot at Tupac, even though Biggie always said it wasn't. But timing is everything. That song came out in 1995, after Tupac had already been shot. So people started putting two and two together, and it didn't look good. It's like Diddy knew exactly what that song would do. He released it knowing people would take it the wrong way, and maybe that's what he wanted. A beef would sell records. And in the end, it did. But at what cost? We're starting to see that what happened to Biggie might not have been just bad luck or some random act. There were power plays, jealousy, money, and maybe even betrayal. And as all of this was going on, Brat was still right there, in the circle, seeing it all, of hip-hop. Think about that. Biggie had just been taken from this world in a shocking way, and instead of honoring him, Diddy stepped into the spotlight himself. Now, if that feels weird to you, you're not the only one. In fact, 2 years later, Diddy gave an interview where he basically admitted that Biggie's death brought him a lot of fame and money. He said, and I quote, "I think his passing added to the fame." At least 2 million of the nearly 5 million copies of No Way Out sold were due to his death. Straight up, that's cold. That's not coming from a friend who's mourning. That sounds like someone who saw a business opportunity. And there's more. People close to the situation say there was jealousy involved. Kirk Burroughs said that Diddy was low-key jealous of Biggie's friendship with Tupac. You know, before all the drama went down between Pac and Big. Apparently, Diddy wanted to be friends with Tupac, but Pac didn't like him. He didn't respect him. So when the whole East Coast versus West Coast beef started, people think it wasn't even Biggie who started it. It was Diddy. Valletta, Biggie's mum, has never stayed quiet about how she felt. From day one, she said she believed the LAPD knew who killed her son. Not just that, she said she believes the police were protecting someone and that a full conspiracy was stopping justice from ever being served. According to her, the detectives working on the case discovered what really happened, but then just did nothing. No arrests, no answers, no justice. She even said it looked like someone was deliberately being shielded, and the whole investigation was being buried to keep certain names from being exposed. Valletta didn't just stop there either. She agreed to be part of the movie project, City of Lies, which was all about the corruption tied to Biggie's murder. She said she joined because she wanted the truth to come out, not just for Biggie, but for a man named Russell Poole, the investigator who worked on the case. Now, here's the sad part. Russell died during the investigation. And guess what his wife said? That he died of a broken heart because he couldn't get justice. All he saw was corruption and cover-ups. Valletta said those in power didn't want to ruffle feathers. The police wanted to protect their own pensions, not tell the truth. They didn't want East Coast people coming in and stirring the pot. So they quietly shut the case down. Can you imagine being a mother and knowing that the people who could help your son's case are the same ones keeping it buried? And that's not the only thing that raised eyebrows. Former Bad Boy staffer Jean Deal came out and said the car Biggie was in that night was marked. She believes someone from their own crew let the killers know which car Biggie was riding in. Like there was a signal, something on the car to make sure they hit the right target. She said it felt like there were multiple people trying to get at Biggie, not just one shooter. Which makes people think, was this a one-time hit or part of a bigger plan? That brings us back to Brat, because based on what people are saying, she might have known who was beefing with who behind closed doors. She might have known which calls were being made, what threats were flying, and who wanted Biggie out. She was right there. She saw the shifts. And even though she stayed silent publicly, fans are now picking up on small comments and side interviews where it seems like she was holding something back. Brat even once talked about how Biggie never wrote anything down in the studio. She would be scribbling lyrics, thinking she was going to out-rap him. Meanwhile, Biggie had already memorized his whole verse in his head. She said he was talented, smart, and unforgettable. So now people are wondering, If she loved and respected him that much, would she ever speak up and defend his name by finally saying what she knows? Could she be the key to finally getting the truth out there? But wait, just when you think she might speak up, folks are digging into her past, and some say it might keep her from saying anything at all. And that's a whole other story. Stay glued, share, like and subscribe for more unfolding truth about this case.